Hey there everybody, this is Raga, and that was a really awkward place to cut, probably. But I mainly had to do it because of something that happened in the previous recording that needed to be scrapped. However, since I'm a dumbass and I saved right outside of this town, I have to do post-commentary for the first part. And no use trying to explain myself, let's go to Kaipo, oasis of the desert. Find a place for her to rest. Hooray! Find a place for her to rest because I'm a dumbass. Welcome. Oh, she looks very pale. Is she alright? Get her to a bed quickly. She can rest here free of charge. Right, and of course there was a reason why I saved outside, because we're coming up to another boss fight. Alright. My name is Cecil. What's yours? Look, I'm just trying to make friends. I'm sorry about your mother. I can understand if you can't forgive me. Cecil's getting the old silent treatment because, like me, he's also a dumbass. Great, this commentary is gonna probably turn out pretty quiet because it's kinda early in the morning. Maybe about 3 AM as I'm recording this. This is a great idea. Cecil, I finally found you. Wait, I am here on the king's orders. All summoners from Mist must be annihilated. Hand over the girl, now. Never! Then you shall die! I probably shouldn't bother reading the text. Anyway, this boss fight, pretty easy. If you can take out at least one of the soldiers first, preferably 2 of the soldiers, then this boss fight can be some easy experience points. The main reason you don't want to kill all 3 soldiers right off the bat is because the general will retreat, preventing you from getting a huge experience bonus. Thus, now we're going to attack the general. That's what he gets for trying to save us money on our car insurance. Doesn't have quite the brand name power of Geico now, does he? Also, that was a really weird lag spike-like thing. I'm just wondering, was that my controller disconnecting or something? And I'm just, nope, my controller's still working properly. A lot of you are probably saying, controller? You're not playing this on an actual Game Boy Advance? And I'm just like, well, I wouldn't be able to see the screen on the actual Game Boy Advance. Besides, I don't have a Game Boy player or the means to... What? Why'd he kill himself? Oh, I think it was because he didn't have the general giving him orders. Oh well. Experience! Level! I think that's how you do that boss fight. Not exactly sure. Don't exactly care. Aw, we're getting concerned. Character development. That's alright. And we're introduced to our next party member, Rydia. Aww. Now, as you can probably see in that text box in the 1 second it was on screen, Rydia is a summoner. This nets her some pretty weird abilities. Or, not really weird, more of different, I guess. When... Oh! It really did disconnect my controller. Hang on! Ah, there we go, free random motion again. Anyway, as I was going on, just blabbering about, Rydia is a summoner. This gives her a couple of unique abilities. She can cast white magic, black magic, and special summon abilities, where she can summon various, eidolons, or however you pronounce them, to attack. However, there is a catch. She starts off at level 1 and doesn't actually know any spells right off the get-go, except for her, you know, usual Eidolon spell. So, going into battle with her at this point, not really recommended. However, we do need to get her some experience points. So I may as well go over a few other things about her as well. She doesn't necessarily have quite the same speed that Cecil does, and therefore isn't able to attack often. In addition, spells take a while to cast. Or most of them do, anyway. The enemies around these parts will also start inflicting status problems on you. Then the first one we're introduced to is blind status, which causes your attacks to miss more often. I think it's called darkness status in this game. Not exactly sure, but I can see why they'd change it if it was. And, yeah, it's called darkness status for some reason. And you can cure darkness status with the eye drops. If we go up here to this random encounter, well, I guess the random encounters are nice, because Rydia does need a bit of experience points. She also learned Cure, from leveling up last time, which is healing magic and aspirin. Going over the various spells she'll learn this early in the game, the main spells you're going to be using are Cure, Blizzard, and Thunder. And she'll learn them at specific levels. She kinda learns the spells like Pokemon, really, where, you know, they learn more attacks, but the rate at which they start learning attacks decreases as they, you know, begin to level up and evolve more. So we learned Sight right there. Rydia is overall going to be a very good party member because of her ability to cast both kinds of magic. So let's deal some damage to some enemies. I'm not exactly looking right now to, you know, be super powerful, kill all these enemies, kill all babies and stuff. No. I'm not gonna do something like that because that's crazy. Besides, we need to go in here anyway. Even though this is the next dungeon, I do want to get this out of the way because there's some text in this game that might be missed. Not necessarily, you know, important or anything like that, but hey, someone out there in the audience might find it cool. The enemies in here are also a little bit tougher and have much higher endurance than a lot of the other enemies and such. Or at least the various enemies in the overworld and the desert aren't exactly that threatening, but the enemies here can pose a little bit more of a threat. Going here to get a potion and a Maiden's Kiss. And if we go over here, pray for no random encounters. Thank you! We got this guy. What do you think you're doing here? This cavern is swarming with monsters. Return to Kaipo. Scoot. So, we're not allowed to progress, even though this is the way to our next destination. Now, that's not really important text to say or something, but I never noticed it as a kid. It wasn't until I was on a practice run and stuff when I learned of the existence of that, you know, little bit of scripting right there. I guess I could say scripting? Then again, somebody out there is probably a code monkey and you know, thinking scripting, oh, he's talking about code. I should help him. I can speak Python. I'm just like, no, that's not necessary. Thanks for the kind sentiments, though. Right, kill all those guys. Now these water bugs in here, they're kinda tough to kill, mainly for the fact that they have more health than the other enemies. And they also retreat if you kill all the other enemies. So this can be a little bit of a bother to take them out. Luckily, we took them out. And Rydia learned Thunder, which is nice. What level is she at anyway? That's fine. Alright then, let's get into another random encounter. Hold the shoulder buttons to run away. Let's return to Kaipo. Thank you. Alright, while we're here, may as well go over the inn system as well. Go to the front desk of an inn. Pay some money. All your health and MP is restored. And just about every town has an inn. If an area doesn't have an inn, they'll usually have at least like 1 or 2 pots which have water that restore HP and MP. Kinda similar to the springs that you find in Final Fantasy III, but they're a little bit more rare. Anyway, there's not much to do in Kaipo, except go into this house. Found a girl from Baron lying unconscious just outside of town. The poor thing's been afflicted with desert fever. She just keeps muttering the name Cecil over and over. Oh, I have a bad feeling about this. Oh no. Yes, for some reason, Rosa had business in Kaipo. Probably to come see us, maybe to warn us of the king's intentions. I have no idea. To cure desert fever, you need a rare jewel called the Sand Ruby, found only in a cave where an antlion dwells. So now, we know that we need to fight an antlion. Not necessarily fight it, maybe, but I like infighting, okay? I like getting in there and punching giant antlions in the face. What say you? Anyway, let's go up north again. Through the desert, over the desert, and through the woods to get back to this side. And this is actually the next dungeon we're going to be going into. Ooh. The enemies here are weak to a variety of different magic spells. If an enemy isn't weak to a thunder spell, chances are that an ice spell will also deal damage to them. Therefore, you do need to vary up your attacks just a little bit. Luckily, most of the enemies don't really pose that much of a threat, but thanks to the fact that Rydia has fairly low MP this early in the game, maybe it's not exactly a good idea to waste all the magic power on the enemies anyway. So let's talk to this old man again. Could that be? It is! That dark sword that I just now noticed. Dark Knight, I need your assistance. It's wrong. I must get to Damkia to reclaim my daughter. Yes, to repair my daughter. She was deceived by a wicked bard. We must hurry, for I sense an ill omen. Is it a black cat of ill omen? Chen is in this game? You must be Sage Tella. You're like a celebrity in this game. That girl, Jesus, she can hope to. A giant monster lurks in the lake ahead. That devil even withstands magic. I think we can defeat it together, and then I can finally be on my way. We're hurrying to Damkian as well. Then let us make haste. And Sage Tella has joined the party. Tella is an interesting party member, to say the least. One thing that's good about Tella is the fact that you have yet another party member that can cast magic. And he starts off at a fairly high level, and knows a couple of spells that can definitely help. The big problem is, Tella's stats aren't really all that great. And even when he levels up, they still don't rise too much, at least this early in the game. So while he has a wide amount of various spells that he can cast, he's not really all that great. However, he's good enough for this dungeon. This really scrubby dungeon. Get on my level, scrubs. So we can cast Thunder. Now, with Tella, I'm also going to warn you guys. He becomes obsolete later in the game. No, he does join the party on a couple of occasions. I will say that he's not a permanent party member. And with the fact that he joins at level 20, might have tipped you off. You know what? I don't think I really need to go for all those treasures. Oh god. I don't care if it's a preemptive strike. The repetitiveness. It burns. So go up here, cross through the underground waterway. The underground waterway is also much longer than the Valley of Mist, or the Mist Cavern, or the Mist drive-through of McDonald's. I don't know, the Mist Opportunity. catching on those puns, you know. And it's a great dungeon, I'm gonna say that. It's fairly well designed. I mean, Brick Road probably would have been, you know, impressed with how this is laid out. But the length of this dungeon compared to the previous one, and compared to the upcoming one, it's a little bit jarring. Nope. So we got an ether right there. Ether will restore MP, similar to potions restoring HP. When we go in this door, we'll rest here. This magic field repels all monsters. You can save and use a tender cottage in here. Let's use my tent to rest and prepare for the upcoming battle. See, that's what I'd like about Tella. He is prepared as shit. Don't know how shit is prepared, but I'm not a chef. Also notice that the room is much bigger for this cutscene. Summoner from the Village of Mist. She has great potential. With proper training, she'll be able to master many spells. Look at her. She's adorable. Reminds me of Anna at that age. Who is Anna? My daughter. She eloped with a bard to Damkian because I didn't consent to their union. What business have you in Damkian? A friend of mine suffers from desert fever. Ah, so you came for the Sand Ruby. It won't be easy to obtain. Tell me more about this monster we must face. A vicious creature with 8 huge tentacles. We must kill it and reach Damkian before it reads any more of the goddamn text on the screen. Well, he's gone by his instincts, which is nice, I guess. Right, with that, our party is completely restored. And we're gonna save here. And you know what, we're gonna call it quits because I realize something about a thing. I don't know, I don't want this video to get too long. I don't want the videos to get too super duper McPooper scooper long, so I'm gonna cut it here. I'll see you guys next time. This is Tales4Hours signing out. Thank you all for watching. Tune in to the next episode of Final Fantasy IV when we do something. See you guys then.